So, as you guys watch Bafana yesterday, they drew against Congo Brazzaville, the second match of their group. So I know this is controversial, that what I'm gonna say, but Hugo Bruce needs to be fired. The man needs to go. The reason why I'm saying this: one, that guy doesn't have a starting 11. Two, he selects players who doesn't deserve to be there. I mean, what did that guy who plays for Sekukune, the right back, to deserve a call-up, Hugo Mobi? Because I don't think that guy is playing much this season. And also, he's not better than other right backs. That includes Dino van der Rooyen, who's been consistently proving his point at Orlando Pirates since he has been signed this season. I don't know if that guy he doesn't even trust that young man. He doesn't trust him to play him in a big occasion. I mean, that guy Umufukeng, he was gonna do something. And also we don't have a right winger, a left-footed right winger. I mean, we have, but he doesn't select them much. For example, Usaleng, he's a typical right winger who is a left-footed, which we need in the squad, but he doesn't get selected as much as we want as fans. We've been raising our voice about Usaleng needs to be selected, and he's on form this season. He's on form, but it's just that case over. We don't have a coach, but we need a coach. We need a coach as a country, and I believe that we're not gonna go far if we qualify for AFCON with this guy, because first of all, I feel like he doesn't have a starting 11. As I said before, he doesn't have a starting 11 at all. What he does is copy and paste of Mamelodi Sundowns. What he does is a copy and paste, and he doesn't believe much on his players. He doesn't have trust on his players, and he's much more defensive than offensive. That guy is much more defensive. But if you watch the game, if you watch his substitute in the match, that guy is much more defensive than attacking. He doesn't trust his players. He doesn't trust his attacking players. And I believe we need a coach that is more offensive. That is a coach more like Dance Maselesa, who's much more offensive. That guy is not attacking minded coach. I don't believe that he's an attacking minded coach. He has more of a European type of tactics on his game. He doesn't have much more attacking tactics like here, because I believe that we have one of the gifted attacking players in the country. And this young man Mofokeng, I feel like he had a point to prove in this match of why he was selected, because last Friday that he played, he did have some good touches, and I thought yesterday he was gonna start, but it was never the case. But I believe that we need a coach. Once again, we need a coach as a country, because if it happens that we qualify for AFCON, I don't think we're gonna go as far as the semi-finals as we did the last AFCON, because teams are getting used to our playing style. They are getting used to the coach, how the coach selects players, because he doesn't rotate much, man. I believe he doesn't rotate much. He's always starting with one starting 11. I believe that this match we had to start with two number 10s, Utito and Uzwane, even though Uzwane got injured in the first half. But I believe that we had to start with two number 10s and one defensive midfielder, which is Utebza. But it was never the case. It was never the case. I believe that guy Obas was off. He was off. But the coach didn't sub him. Instead, he was like, that guy is much more defensive, man. Hugo Bros is a defensive-minded coach. he has lack of trust issues with his players. If you watch all the games that he, since we appointed him, that guy always starts with two defensive midfielders. He doesn't have an offensive minded tactics. Share your comments if you share the same sentiments. Also, this might sound as a bit of an excuse, but I was not happy with that field, my friend. Also, the fans of that national team, they were they were not treating us the way we always treated these national teams. They were throwing bottles, they were throwing stuff which are not allowed in a field, which is somehow very controversial. And also the match should have been stopped also when they were throwing the bottles, when the referee was when the linesman flagged for offside before halftime, when they scored an offside goal. The match should have been stopped, like what they did in the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium when they stopped because of fans coming in the stadium. I believe the match should have been stopped, and also it was never supposed to be played in that artificial pitch at the first place. But in Africa, everything is we don't get the treatment that we give these national teams. We always get and the opposite, which I believe that it played a huge factor in our boys, because our boys lacked tactical ability. They lacked attacking ability because of that pitch. I mean, you could see the ball was bumping all over again, and the boys couldn't manage to attack much, and also our wingers couldn't manage to penetrate much, even though one of them scored. But I believe they couldn't penetrate much, because look at Apolis, for example, the last Friday that we played in the Nelson Mandela Bay. He was more attacking, he was more aggressive in his attack. He was taking on his man in the left hand side, but he couldn't do much this in the second leg of their game. But I believe the pitch played a huge factor in the boys. If we played in a good pitch, the boys could have done something. But share your comments down below.